it is not too late to save your exams. If right now you are getting 5s, 4s, 6s in GCSEs and you want to be getting 8s and 9s, watch this video. A lot of people tell me in my comment sections, can I go from this to this? Can I go from this to this in my GCSEs? And every single time I always say it depends on the amount of work you put in, because I genuinely believe that if you are putting in the work and if you're putting in good work, smart work, not just hard work, you will be able to achieve any grade you want in your GCSEs. And here are some ways to do that. 1, at this point, you should have finished a lot of content in your GCSEs. If not, get yourself on Makindo, Seneca, free science lessons, PMT, and start reviewing all the content for whatever subjects you need to finish reviewing. And by reviewing, I just mean making sure that you have a base understanding and knowledge of every single subject in your GCSEs. Once you do that, you can start trying to test yourself to make sure you remember that knowledge and also are able to regurgitate it out onto anything, because that is what you're going to be doing in your exams. So you need to be doing exam questions, which you can access through PMT and Cognito, and you need to find question banks, massive question banks, where you can just do a lot of questions to recall knowledge. This video is luckily sponsored by Makindo Learning, which is an app that's basically just a huge question bank full of questions for GCSE students just like yourself. And that is really good because it's so important for recall. If you cannot recall questions from your brain, you will not be able to answer questions in your exams. And that's why question banks are so useful and necessary to increase your grades. The questions on Makindo Learning are basically flashcard style questions, and there are a lot of them. So here's a challenge. Try to go through every single question on there for a specific subject and see if you can get every single thing right. If you can, I don't think you need to be revising that subject anymore. A lot of people talk about GCSE maths and say, oh, this is my hardest GCSE, but there are people online who will explain GCSE maths to you like it's so easy. Basically, they'll make these complex concepts very easy to take into your brain in ways that your teacher may not have done. TL Maths on YouTube is a very good YouTuber that I would recommend, because I do A-level maths and further maths with much harder concepts, and he explains everything so well. And he basically has a video on everything, like literally everything. You just need to be able to find it, and they're all very well organized on his website, which is conveniently called TL Maths. Not sponsored, by the way, he's just really good. I really hope you start doing past papers by now, but if you haven't, this is your sign to start doing them. I know you probably already heard it, but there's a reason you're not doing past papers by now if you're not already doing that. To be fair with me, I haven't started doing past papers for A-levels, even though I should have, but that's because I'm really trying to finish the content before I start doing past papers. And that's okay. If you're trying to finish the content, hurry up, because past papers are also quite an easy way to revise. A lot of people don't realize that when you're finally finished doing all the content and you go into past papers, your revision becomes a lot easier, because all you have to do for the day is get a load of past papers, sit down, do one, mark it, see how you've done, look at the stuff that you got wrong and be like, okay, I need to go over this, re-go over this, rinse and repeat. It's the most easy stage of revision, in my opinion, because all that reviewing, all that content learning and understanding is difficult because you don't understand the content yet, because you don't remember the content yet. Once you remember and understand the content, all you need to do with past papers is put it on the paper, and it makes your life just a bunch easier. So I genuinely think if you are able to fully review all the content in each of your GCSEs, and I mean all of the content, you cannot be leaving gaps. You will find them whilst you do past papers, but try not to leave any gaps when you're reviewing all the content. If you fully review all the content in your GCSEs, you fully make sure that you're memorizing that content through access to question banks like Makindo Learning, like Seneca, like Cognito, like just normal exam questions, and then also start doing past papers, you can go from any grades to 8s and 9s. You're just gonna make sure to stay consistent, keep doing it, take some breaks, because obviously you don't want to burn out, and voila, you've suddenly increased your grade by 2-3 grades. That's all from me. There will be a link to Makindo Learning in the description, and I will be also releasing last minute tips the night before every single one of your GCSE exams to make sure that you know some last minute stuff that will come up on your exam, so you're more ready. So stay tuned for those because I'm doing it for most of the important exams. And I do think that they're my most useful video. So don't miss them. Subscribe and like and comment. Goodbye.